Shalom, welcome to 6 on 6, 6 minutes a day and 6 days a week. And we have a full idea from the Rebbe, and today is the 6th day, and we're going to sum up a lot. We were just talking about why the Torah was given in a physical world, which is our world, with physical people, which we are, instead of giving to these holy angels. And we just were answering that the Almighty had a taiva, had a desire to be resting in a lowest world that we are in now. Why? You don't ask why by the Almighty, but you don't ask by a desire that sometimes they give an example. Let's say a big professor is obviously he's logical because he's so smart, he's a professor, but maybe he wants an ice cream in the middle of the night. So therefore you say, Professor, what's the reason for it? You have a deep reason for this. And what were you thinking about? Like an Albert Einstein. What was the reason for it? And he does say, I don't have a reason. I just want. There's no reason for it. Don't ask me any questions. I don't have any answers. I desired to get up in the middle of the night and have an ice cream. And that's the same idea here with the Almighty. Why would he want to have a dwelling place in a low world? If you want a dwelling place, dwell with the angels. They're holy, they're spiritual. What do you need down here? You don't ask questions. It's only a desire. Now, this is a very deep idea, really, if you're thinking about it, because a person would elevate themselves in saying, well, I want to find God, and therefore I want to live a spiritual life and remove myself from the physical world. That you have other religions, go into a cave and meditate the whole day. Surely don't get married and have children like other religions. The holy man, he's not getting it, doesn't have children. And people who are married and you have to throw out the garbage, et cetera, et cetera. What it takes to live in a normal house, and you have kids and they're screaming and you have to take care of them and get them clothes, et cetera, et cetera. We all know what that means. There's nothing too spiritual about that. But on the other hand, that's the way that Hashem wanted it. Hashem, the Almighty, wanted us to have a place in the spiritual. He wanted a place in the low place. But why is that finding God, doing diapers for a woman, or a man's going to work, to a regular job? But that's incredible. Maybe it's contrary to logic, because again, maybe other religions are more logical in a certain sense. So you want to find God and go into a cave and meditate all day. If you want to be spiritual, don't get married and don't have children. It makes sense, really. On the other hand, Jewish people, obviously, a person should get married, a person should have children, a person should get to go to work in order to support his family and everything that entails having a home and etc. So what is that idea? It's contrary to logic, but that's God who's, again, above logic also. He had a desire that's exactly where you can find the Almighty, down here in this physical world. And that's where you can really find not only just spirituality, but godliness by God in this physical world. And there's another, even look at one of the 10 Commandments. We said, honor your parents. All right, so we asked the angels, you don't have parents, it belongs to us. We have parents. Very nice that you have parents. But that's an incredible idea also, because, again, it's unscientific to say perpetual motion. You are where you are, and if you run out of gas, the car is going to stop. That's the way it is. Or the scientists say the sun's going to blow up after 10 million years. Not to worry about 10 million years, way off. But whatever, it's not going to last forever. Things don't last forever. But where do you see that infinite perpetual motion is when you have children. Then, of course, everybody should live and be healthy for 120 years, but 120 years, 120 years. It's not infinity. But if you perpetuate yourself and the human race and the Jewish people by having children, of course, they should have children, and they should have children, on and on and on. Obviously, we're a result of thousands of years of people having children, or we obviously wouldn't be here. So they're perpetuating the human race and the Jewish people. So in a certain sense, that's a par of Ein Sof, of infinity in the human being. So again, that's what we're supposed to be doing. That ultimately is the idea of Torah and the mitzvahs, is that yes, it is in a physical world. Yes, we have parents, and yes, we have evil inclinations, we were saying, and yes, we could do things wrong, but specifically by doing the Torah and the mitzvahs, we can find not only spirituality in this world, but we find God himself in this physical world.